learned how to find out the experimental value of E1 and E2. Okay, that was 1.59. Okay, and now we want to find out the theoretical value that we do with the help of Tanabe-Sugano diagram. Well, by the way, I have replaced the D2 Tanabe-Sugano diagram of page 6 with a much improved with red and blue lines so that you can understand this in a much easy and better way. So do replace that. Similarly, this table 1 and table 2 on page 7. Okay, and some changes in data were necessary to be made. I have done that and I have also sent it. So let's see now what we do. The thing is, we want to find out the value of energy over B when delta octahedral is equal to 5. When it is equal to 10, what is the value of E1, E over B? What is the value when it is 15, and so on and so forth. So this is done. Now I think explain it rather easily. If you see table 1, in table 1 I have taken delta octahedral over B equal to 5 and then E1 over B equal to 4. Where from I get this value? You should understand that. Very simple. See the red line. I have marked it with A at 5. Okay. We go up. Where? Up to the first transition T to G F. And then we make a left. And you can see it is 4 division 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I put it 4 here. Okay. Since we went only up to mu1, not to mu2. So the values which we'll get is of E1 relating to mu1. Now come to 10. Okay, at 10 again go up. You can do it with a slide ruler very easily. Go up when this touches here, the first transition, the mu1, then you make a left. And now you count. It is 9 divisions. You can see that. So I put 9 here. Similarly, at 15, C, I have marked it with C. It is C15. Go up here. Okay, I have made a blue line to the rest of that goes to mu2. Okay, so you will just restrict yourself up to here. And at 15, then you make a left, and then what you have is 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, 13. Okay, E1 over B. 13 I have recorded. Similarly, at 20, go up to mu1, make a left, okay, and record the reading 18. Okay. 20, go up to mu1, make a left, and you can count this is 18. And similarly you can do for 25. Okay, verify with 30 and 35. This is done. Now I think you will be able to understand everything which in the rest of the your configurations as well. Now I'm going to come to mu2 or transition 2. Look here, from ground state to excited 2. This is mu2. I've now marked it with blue. Okay, mu2 in blue, not red. Okay, so whatever lines will go up, we will stop, and then we will make a left. So let's do that. I'm now on mu2. Okay, E2 over B values, we are going to find those values. Here we go. At 5, okay, it starts from here and it touches the blue line. Blue line means mu2. That means T1GP, excited state, from ground to excited. So we go up there and then we make a left. And the value is recorded there, 18. You can verify it yourself. Come to 10. For 10, it is 22 E2 value. Okay, here is 10. Go up there, blue. Okay, this touches this T1GP. Make a left and you can see 21 and this is 22. Okay, similarly at 15, this value is going to come 27. See this one, 15, go up like this, make a left, and you can see this is 25, 26 and 27. I made an arrow there. So this is the whole thing. So you have values in table 1, okay, E2, and so we can calculate now what? E2 over E1. Divide this with that. Okay, let's divide E2 over B divided by E1 over, that will give you E2 over E1. Okay, this is what I have written. So it is simply divide this with this, 4, you get 4.6 value. Okay, divide this with 9 and you get 2.5. 27 with this, you get 2. And the values, you can see E2, they are gradually decreasing. Okay, actually what we wanted to find out, these are now the theoretical values. We want to find a delta octahedral B where the value is 1.59, not 1.7, not 4.6, not 1.6. So here is what we are going to do now. Okay, we see that at 15 the value is 2. It is greater than, okay, and then at 30 it is 1.45. So what I'm going to now, will make a small increments from 15 to 25. Okay, 15, 16, 17, delta octahedral B, and do the same thing. And we record the values. Okay, delta at 15, what is E1 over B value? We can find it from here. Okay, what is E2 over B value? We can record it from there. It is already, in fact, 15, for 15 values are recorded, 13 and 27. But for 16, it is not recorded here. For 17, it is not recorded here. For 20, it is recorded, 18 and 31. 20, 18 and 31. So you will record these values the same way as, now you come here. Value of E2 over E1 calculated, this divided by this 2, this is 1.49, this is 1.84, 1.7 not needed, 1.74 not needed, 1.6 not needed. Okay, and all, here is this value which is exactly the same or close to the experimental value. So we'll see what is the delta octahedral. So we have found out. Rest is everything. That was the target which we wanted to achieve. At what value of delta octahedral over B, what value of ligand strength, the energy ratio peak 1 and peak 2 become equal to 1 point now. Now come back to the notes. Rest of the things are very easy. I think it's simple. Energy, determination of energy ratio, I have done it. Okay? When you will read it, you will understand it. Remember, experimental value I've just said is 1.5. Therefore, we need to find out delta octahedral B value for which E1 over E is, okay, this is 1.59. This is wrong, written. Experimental value. What was the experimental, sorry, 1.59. This is again 1.59, a big mistake. It's 1.59. Okay, I'll send it. Naturally, the precise value of delta where E2 is equal to 1. So we need to find out E2 value for each small increment. Okay, now I think okay. So we find the value of delta is 24 as I described before. So theoretical value delta at which the energy ratio E2 matches with the experimental one is 24. Okay. So no doubt hit and trial method is difficult, but of course we have to do it. There is another method, I will explain it later on. Now with this, when you have found out this value, delta equal to 24, okay, then it is lot easy to do these things. Assignment of the bands, determination of parameter this, determination of Raka parameter, percentage character. Very simple. Even if I don't, if you will read the notes, I have made it very clear. Assignment of the bands. Since the theoretical and the experimental ratio value match very well, therefore we can safely say this transition is correctly mu2. Okay? The transition which is going from ground to the blue. Okay? From here to here, T1GP. Okay, is assigned correctly to 26, and transition this from here to here is mu2. Okay, value this. So determination of B, very simple. Okay, delta octahedral B is equal to 24. Okay, therefore B will be equal to E1 over 22. Okay, value of E1 is given. This is E1 value. So we put here, divided, this is the value of B. Again, the value of delta at 24, the value of E2 for B is 35. You can see your table, okay? E2 is 35. So E2 over B is equal to 35. Therefore, B is equal to E2 over 35. And the value of E2 is this, divided by 35 is equal. So you can see the values are, this is 745, 740. So we take an average of the two. And this is the average. Determination of delta octahedral, very easy. Delta octahedral, we want to find out the B we have already found. This is known. So you find out delta octahedral. Okay? We know this over this is 24. So delta octahedral is 24. B we just found out. So this multiplier is equal to this. So 10 dq is equal to delta octahedral. Therefore dq will be divided by 10. So this one. As I said, these are very easy things now. Prediction of the third minute, very interesting and very easy. The delta octahedral will be 24. E3 value of mu3, okay, it goes from here to here, way up from ground state to up there. Okay, this value comes out to be 46. At 24, 20, this is 25. Okay, you can go one step. Okay, it's here. So from here, if you make a left, you will come to this one, 46, exactly. So you put that value there. So energy E3 will be 46 multiplied by B, and that will be equal to, so the third band will come here. We can predict it, and it comes at higher energy. I will show you the spectra in a minute. Let me finish this page, and then I will show you the spectra. It comes beyond 30,000, the third band, but then it is hidden. We don't see that. Determine a percentage covalent character. Remember, ionic character is given by P over B naught. Interelectronic repulsion, this is also but this is of the free ion. If we know this, we can find out for the complex under reference, metal ligand bond under reference. B naught value for vanadium 3 is given. It's usually given for the ions in the books, okay? So we can very easily find out. So my ratio divided by 86, ratio multiplied by 86. So ionic character is equal to, therefore the covalent get this minus this. Dear student, the topic you have learned is, in this lecture, is very important. You must learn it with understanding. You will for sure get one or two questions of this type with changed metal complex or changed readings or changed Tanabe-Sugano diagram in your next paper. God bless you. Thank you.